kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Murray to Moore, 1st down, Arizona. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. They find some open field here. Does the big boy have the juice? And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. Here's Walker. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Murray off play action. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. To throw is Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker,
his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. Fans of old school football, they got to be loving this, partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring by pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turf.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks.
DK Metcalf.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it is 28-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator?
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Cards are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So the penalty on the offense, no need to accept that. They'll decline it, and the interception will stand. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Second and 7.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd and 7, Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. Shotgun now from Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Murray. And his throw here's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Matt Breida, 47 yards. And the Cardinals get a bit closer.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Walker with another carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And the tight end goes in motion left. On second down, it's Walker. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, Guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a handoff up the middle. Corbin. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And some room to maneuver. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
You hate that for him. He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Khari Blasingame.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run again with Breida, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back, a pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he completes it to Hunt. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Here's Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Ertz, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Frank Clark in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 1st down, here's Breida. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 77 yards rushing here for Breida. This is a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Breida on a toss left. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Murray now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 30 on second down, Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And Walker once more. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. To the right side, this is Walker. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Let's go. 10 black. I got it. Double time. Double time. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down. Set, cut.
And they will take a knee here.
Here we go, set. 60 red. 60 red.
So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnovers.